Students, as in the previous classes, we were studying chapter number 3, separation of the substances. So, in this chapter, we have in the previous classes we have studied about evaporation, condensation, and solution and solubility. So just we will recall it out. What is evaporation? So evaporation is the process by which liquid form of a substance. The evaporation is a process in which the liquid form of a substance changes into its gaseous form. The process by which the liquid form of a substance changes into its gaseous form. For where it is used? So the evaporation method is used to draw salt from the sea. Evaporation method is used to draw salt from the sea. Okay. Next, we have studied about condensation. So the process by which gaseous form of a substance changes into its liquid form. What is a condensation? Condensation is a process by which gaseous form of substance changes into its liquid form. Where you can see the best example where you can see about the condensation process. So whenever you take out a bottle of water from the refrigerator, you see that the water vapor get deposited on the outer surface of the water bottle. So from where this water droplets come from? These water droplets comes from the appears as the surrounding or the atmospheric water gets cooled down, and this atmospheric water get deposited on the surface of the water bottle. This shows the process of condensation. So what is the condensation? Condensation is the process by which gaseous form of substance change into its liquid form. Okay. Now next, this exercises I think so we have completed, and if you have not completed, you can just pause the video and you can complete the exercises. Okay. Next we have studied about solution and solubility. So we have seen an example for solution and solubility. So for solution we have seen that what is a example was take a glass of water and add sugar in it, and when the sugar get completely dissolved, it is called a solution. So here water will be called as solvent, sugar will be called as solute, and the mixture of water and sugar is called a solution. So the substance that get completely dissolved in a solvent is called a solute. The substance that get dissolved is called a solute. The substance in which something get dissolved. Like in the previous activity we have done an activity, so in which we have dissolved in the water. So here water will be called as a solvent. So the substance in which something get dissolved is called a solvent. The mixture of solute and solvent is called a solution. But you will not write this definition. Okay, you will not write this definition. This definition will be wrong. You have to write the downside definition. So this is a proper or exact definition of a solution: a mixture of one or more solute, because in a solution we can add more than one solute. Example, if we are preparing an ORS solution, so we can add both sugar and salt to a water. So we can add more than one solute in a solution. So the mixture of one or more solute dissolved in a given solvent is called a solution. And have you understood? The mixture of one or more solute dissolved in a solvent is called a solution. An equation for this you can see here: solute plus solvent is equals to solution. Solute plus solvent equals to solution. Example as salt is a solute, water is a solution, and they forms the salt solution. Have you got this? Okay. Next we will see substances are soluble and insoluble in water. So substance that get completely dissolved in a given liquid. Substance that get dissolved in a given liquid are called soluble substance. Substance that get completely dissolved in the given liquid are called the soluble substance. Example: sugar and salt get dissolved in the water. Insoluble substance, substance that do not get dissolved in the given liquid are called the insoluble substance. Substance that do not get dissolved in the given liquid are called the insoluble substance. Example: sand and chalk does not get dissolved in the water. Okay, next. Saturated solution. Saturated solution. So before knowing the saturated solution definition, first we will do an activity. First we perform an activity. Take a glass of water and keep on adding salt in it. Take a glass of water and keep on adding salt in this water. After few time you will see that the salt stops getting dissolving in the water. After a few times you will see that the salt stops getting dissolving in the water. So when the salt stops getting dissolving in the water at the condition at which the salt does not get dissolved in the water, such condition is known as the saturated condition of a solution. The condition in which the salt does not get or stops getting dissolved in the water, so the such condition is called the saturated condition, and therefore the solution will be called as the saturated solution. The solution in which the definition, now we will see exact definition we will see of this. So the solution in which no more solute can be dissolved, it's called a saturated solution. A solution in which no more solute can be dissolved is called a saturated solution. And the solubility definition. So definition of a solubility. So solubility is the ability of a substance to get dissolved in a water. What is solubility? Solubility is the ability of a substance to get dissolved in a solvent. Example: sugar get dissolved in water, so it is soluble, and if it does not get dissolved in the water, so it is insoluble. So the ability of a substance to get dissolved in a solvent is called a solubility. So different amount of substance are required to prepare the saturated solution. Different substance have different abilities. So as different substance have different abilities, so different substance require different amount for making their saturated solution. For example, there is a difference in amount of while preparing the saturated solution of sugar, while there is a difference in the amount of salt in preparing the saturated solution of the salt. Okay, now next, there are some factors that speed up the dissolving of a solute. There are some factors that speed up the dissolving of a solute. So the first factor which is responsible for speeding the capacity of dissolving speed in a solute is a heating. So to increase the speed of the substance, heating is an important factor. For this we can see that take a glass of water, add a sugar in it, so it will take a time to get dissolved, whereas if you add a sugar in the hot water, it will get fastly and easily dissolved as comparison to the normal water or cold water. This shows that we observed that it is easier and faster to dissolve something in salt water as compared to the hot water. It is easier and faster to dissolve in hot water as comparison to the cold water. Next, stirring. For stirring, we will perform another activity. Take 2 beakers of water, add salt in both the water. In one beaker you stir the solution, while in another beaker leave the solution as it is. So you will see, when you will stir the beaker in which you are stirring the solution, in that the salt will be easily and fastly dissolved as comparison to the first beaker. This shows that the solute dissolved faster by stirring the solution. Next, powdered form of a solute. In this we will perform another activity. In this, what we will do, we will take 2 beakers, in which first beaker we will put a normal sugar, while in another beaker we will be adding the powdered form of sugar. So we will see that the powdered form of sugar get fastly and easily dissolved as comparison to the normal or sugar. So this shows that the solute faster dissolve when it is in the powdered form. So I think you have understood this chapter. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me in the comments. Next we will proceed on to the exercises. So first, grains can be separated from the stalks by threshing. The liquid above the sediment is called the supernatant. How will you separate? Threshing. Supernatant. How will you separate common salt from a mixture of salt and water? So we have just seen evaporation. A mixture of sand and water can be separated by filtration. Which of the following is insoluble in water? So chalk. Chalk is insoluble in water. Next, fill in the blanks. Grains can be separated from chaff, just we have studied. Winnowing. Winnowing uses the action of wind to separate the lighter particle from the heavier one. Evaporation is used to separate salt from the water. A dash is a substance. A solvent is a substance. Do not get confused. It is written wrong here. A solvent is a substance in which the solute get dissolved. Solvent is a substance in which solute get dissolved. Okay, it was written wrong here, so you just write what it is I have told you. Sugar in the powdered form dissolve faster. Okay, next. Correct the following by changing the underlining words. So winnowing involves the beating of grain. No, you have to write manual threshing. MANUAL, manual. THRESHING, threshing. Manual threshing. Sieving is used to separate two substances with dissimilar size, or you can write different size. Sieving is used for separating two substances with the different sizes. Condensation is the process by which, first you will write gas change into liquid form. Gas change into liquid form. Condensation is the process by which gas change into liquid form. Next, fourth, A filtering device should have holes smaller than the, not bigger, you will just write smaller than the particles of the insoluble solid. Next, it is easier to dissolve sugar in hot as compared to the cold milk. It is easier to dissolve sugar in hot milk as compared to the cold milk. Okay, next. Write one word for the following. The layer of clear liquid above the sediment, supernatant. The layer of clear above the liquid, it's supernatant. The process of pouring out the clear upon liquid without disturbing the sediments, decantation. The process by which the gaseous form of substance changes into liquid form, condensation. First one, supernatant. Second one, decantation. Third, condensation. Fourth, a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved, saturated solution. The ability of substance to get dissolved in a given liquid, solubility. Got this? Next. Differentiate between the following: sedimentation and decantation. So for this you will write from page number, you will write the definition from here. Sedimentation and decantation, the process by which the separating of insoluble solid which are heavier than the liquid by allowing them to settle down, it's called as sedimentation. Whereas the process by which the process of pouring out the clear upper liquid called supernatant without disturbing the sediment is called the decantation. So this is the definition of sedimentation, and here it is the definition of decantation. Next, sediment and supernatant. So again on the same page, the solid particles that settle down during sediments are called the sediments. The solid particles that settle down during sedimentation are called sediments, and the clear upper liquid for the supernatant, you can write what I am saying. This I am speaking, so write very slow. The clear upper liquid present above the sediment. The clear upper liquid present above the sediment is known as supernatant. Okay, next. Evaporation and condensation. So it is, the definition is given here. So the definition of evaporation, the process by which the liquid form of substance changes into gaseous form is called evaporation. Whereas the condensation definition you can try from the next page. The process by which the gaseous form of substance changes it into its liquid form is called a condensation. Okay, this is the definition of evaporation and condensation. Next question. Solute and solvent. So definition is given here. The substance that get dissolved in a solid is called, the substance that get dissolved is called a solute. This is the definition of solute. Example, you will write sugar. The substance that get dissolved in the solute is called, that get dissolved is called solute. Example, you will write sugar. Second, the substance in which something get dissolved is called solvent. Example, you will write water. Got this? Okay. Question answer I will provide in the next class.